Mufasa, the Lion King, is a prequel movie to a hugely popular cartoon movie, The Lion King, which became an award-winning musical on Broadway, which then became a remake movie, also called The Lion King. So in Mufasa, the Lion King, we learn the origins of the Lion King's father, whose name is Mufasa. This movie is entirely CGI, and it's been called photorealistic, but is mostly photorealistic because the animals are all talking animals, and that's not realistic. The animals here use facial expressions and body language while they're talking, unlike real animals. Regardless, I enjoyed this movie because although what we see on screen is CGI, this is a real movie. And what I mean by that is there's a cinematographer and a director. Both of them have a lot of energy. The camera is a 3D camera within graphics software, but the camera here has so much movement, has close-ups, speed, and the like, with panoramic vistas. There's not a boring moment on screen. The director, Barry Jenkins, does a great job here. Really impressive. I mentioned this movie is a prequel. It's also marketed as a prequel and a sequel because the story is framed by a narration that takes place immediately after the events of The Lion King. At the end of that movie, Simba, the son of the Lion King, becomes king himself. In this movie, Simba has a daughter, Kiara. So one of the talking animals, a mandrill, narrates the story to Kiara. It's the story of her grandfather, Mufasa, and this narration appears throughout the movie, not just as bookends. So, does this mean there won't be a full sequel? Let's think about this. This movie, Mufasa, in terms of the story, doesn't venture too far beyond the story told in the original and remake of The Lion King, in which Simba becomes king and has a cub. In this movie, Mufasa, it turns out the cub is a daughter, Kiara. At the end of this movie, Kiara is still a cub. If the studio decides to do a full sequel, presumably they would make a new story about Kiara, a story about female lions. Incidentally, in this movie, Mufasa, the females play a large role. When the studio has a proven hit at the box office, there's potentially a built-in audience for a sequel or prequel, especially if the same cast members return. Here, the animals don't need to be recast. Regardless, a full sequel to Mufasa would require brilliant writing. We learned that from the recent Captain America Brave New World movie, which had no discernible screenplay. And what a difference a great story and screenplay made in a movie from a different studio, Warner Brothers, with a Minecraft movie, combined with great direction, performances, and production design. But it began with a strong story and screenplay. And now for some news items. According to Nielsen data, streaming now accounts for the largest share of TV viewership, surpassing cable TV and broadcast. Streaming had a 44.8% share of TV viewership in the month of May 2025. Broadcast had 20.1% and cable had 24.1%. So streaming's percentage of TV viewers was greater than broadcast and cable combined. Nielsen has provided numbers for the most watched streaming services as well. YouTube and Tubi made the list. They're both free services supported by ads. YouTube has a paid tier as well, YouTube Premium without ads and Premium Lite with fewer ads. Netflix and Disney Plus, great numbers for both services, which are all subscription-based, but still ad-supported, so they have subscriber revenue and ad revenue. Looking at these numbers, they're making bank in a huge freaking way. The most popular streamers include Prime Video, Roku, Paramount Plus, HBO Max, and Peacock. Yesterday, a Democratic socialist won the Democratic Mayoral Primary in New York City. Mayor Eric Adams opted not to participate. He's an independent and will be on the ballot in November as an independent. New York City this time used ranked choice voting, which allows voters to rank the candidates in order of preference. The ranked choice kicks in if no candidate wins an outright majority. Ranked choice also permits candidates to form coalitions against the primary favorite. This time, the primary favorite was former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Now that the primaries are over, general election dynamics will kick in, and the mayoral race might start to look a lot more conventional. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe.